Hey everyone, it's good to be back with you all. I read something recently that really stuck with me. How can I dream about being successful if I don't even have a place to dream? Can you imagine that? Because I know I can't. Think about it. America, the land of opportunity, where dreams are supposed to come true. Yet every single night, over 500,000 people in this country experience that exact struggle. They're sleeping on the streets, in shelters, or under bridges, just trying to get through the night. It's heartbreaking. Today we're diving deep into this crisis, uncovering stories from the top 7 states with the highest rates of homelessness. My hope is that by the end of this, you'll not only understand the problem but also see that even small acts of kindness can make a world of difference. If you could change one thing about homelessness in America, what would it be? Hit me with your thoughts in the comments, and let's start a conversation. We begin our journey in Massachusetts, a state renowned for its rich history and vibrant cities. But beneath this prosperous facade lies a harsh reality for over 15,000 residents who experience homelessness every day. Boston has one of the highest rates of family homelessness in the country. Families with children without a place to call home. While Boston has shelters, the demand outweighs the resources. Families seek refuge in motels, temporary accommodations, or even their cars. One of the biggest challenges is the feeling of isolation. Imagine being a child going to a different school every few months. Amidst these challenges, stories of resilience emerge. Organizations like Horizons for Homeless Children provide early education, family support, and advocacy. They offer a beacon of hope, a chance for a brighter future. Behind the statistics, there are real people with real stories. They are our neighbors, our fellow citizens, and they deserve our compassion and support. As we move forward, let's carry with us the stories of resilience from Massachusetts. Let's ask ourselves, what can we do in our own communities to make a difference? Our journey takes us now to Oregon, a state known for its breathtaking natural beauty and thriving arts scene. Yet, amidst this picturesque landscape, a hidden crisis unfolds. Over 177,000 individuals in Oregon experience homelessness. Portland, Oregon's largest city, has become an epicenter of this crisis. The city's booming tech industry has led to soaring housing costs, pushing affordability out of reach for many longtime residents. Walking through the city's vibrant streets, you'll encounter a stark contrast. Amidst the trendy cafes and art galleries, tents line the sidewalks. One of the most pressing challenges facing those experiencing homelessness in Oregon is the lack of access to mental health services. Many individuals living on the streets struggle with untreated mental illness, trauma, or addiction. Yet, even in the face of adversity, hope persists. Organizations like Transition Projects and Outside In are working tirelessly to provide essential services. One story that particularly touched me was that of a young woman named Sarah, who found herself homeless after fleeing an abusive relationship. With the help of Outside In, Sarah was able to access the resources she needed to turn her life around. She found a stable job, secured permanent housing, and most importantly, regained her sense of hope. Our journey continues north to Washington State, a land of majestic mountains and a thriving tech industry. Yet beneath this veneer of prosperity, a growing crisis casts a long shadow. Over 25,000 individuals in Washington experience homelessness. Seattle, Washington's largest city, has become an emblem of this crisis. The city's booming tech sector has fueled a surge in housing costs, pricing out many longtime residents. Walking through the city's bustling streets, you'll encounter a stark juxtaposition. Amidst the trendy cafes and high-end boutiques, tents line the sidewalks. One of the most challenging aspects of homelessness in Seattle is the city's notoriously rainy climate. Imagine spending night after night exposed to the cold, damp air. Yet even amidst these challenges, stories of resilience and compassion emerge. Organizations like Mary's Place and the Downtown Emergency Service Center, DSC, are working tirelessly to provide essential services. One story that deeply moved me was that of a young man named Michael, who found himself homeless after losing his job and struggling with addiction. With the help of DSC, Michael was able to get back on his feet. He completed a drug treatment program, found a stable job, and most importantly, regained his sense of hope. Our journey now takes us to the heart of Texas, the Lone Star State. Nearly 27,000 individuals in Texas experience homelessness. Texas's major cities, including Austin, Houston, and Dallas, have become focal points of this crisis. The state's rapid population growth and booming economy have led to soaring housing costs. In Austin, the state capital known for its vibrant music scene, the homelessness crisis is particularly visible. Walking through the city's bustling streets, you'll encounter a stark contrast. Amidst the trendy cafes and live music venues, tents line the sidewalks and underpasses. One of the most challenging aspects of homelessness in Texas is the state's scorching summer heat. Imagine spending day after day exposed to the relentless sun. Yet, even amidst these challenges, stories of resilience and compassion emerge. Organizations like the Austin Resource Center for the Homeless, ARCH, and the Coalition for the Homeless of Houston are working tirelessly to provide essential services. One story that deeply touched me was that of a young mother named Maria, who found herself homeless after fleeing an abusive relationship with her 2 young children. With the help of ARCH, Maria was able to get back on her feet. She found a stable job, secured permanent housing, and most importantly, provided a safe and loving home for her children. We arrive now in Florida, the Sunshine State. Over 26,000 individuals in Florida experience homelessness. Florida's allure attracts not only tourists, but also those seeking refuge from harsher conditions in other parts of the country. This influx, coupled with a lack of affordable housing options, has contributed to a growing homeless population. In Miami, the homelessness crisis takes on a particularly poignant dimension. Walking along the city's iconic beaches, you might encounter individuals sleeping on benches. One of the most challenging aspects of homelessness in Florida is the state's vulnerability to natural disasters, particularly hurricanes. Imagine facing the threat of a major storm without the security of a home. Yet, even amid these challenges, stories of resilience and compassion shine through. Organizations like the Miami-Dade Homeless Trust and the Florida Veterans Foundation are working tirelessly to provide essential services. One story that deeply moved me was that of a veteran named John, who found himself homeless after struggling with PTSD and addiction following his service in Iraq. With the help of the Florida Veterans Foundation, John was able to access the resources he needed to turn his life around. Our journey now takes us to New York City, the city that never sleeps. Over 91,000 individuals face homelessness every night. New York City attracts people from all walks of life, yet for those experiencing homelessness, the city's vibrant energy can feel distant. Imagine walking through Times Square, surrounded by lights, yet feeling invisible. The high cost of living is a significant challenge. With average rent prices over $4,000, finding a stable place feels impossible. The shelter system is overwhelmed by the number of people in need. Mental health issues and addiction also contribute to homelessness. Many struggle with untreated mental illness or substance abuse. Amidst these challenges, stories of resilience and compassion emerge. Organizations like the Coalition for the Homeless and the Bowery Mission provide essential services. One story that touched me was of Emily, who became homeless after aging out of foster care. With help, Emily accessed resources to turn her life around. Our journey culminates in California, the Golden State. With over 171,000 individuals experiencing homelessness, California carries the heaviest burden of this crisis. California's allure draws people from all corners of the globe. Yet, this influx, coupled with a severe lack of affordable housing, has created a perfect storm. The state's major cities, including Los Angeles and San Francisco, have become emblems of this crisis. Imagine walking through the heart of Silicon Valley, surrounded by symbols of innovation and wealth, yet confronted with the harsh reality of individuals and families struggling to survive on the streets. One of the most significant drivers of homelessness in California is the state's exorbitant housing costs. Compounding this challenge are the state's high rates of mental illness and addiction. Many individuals living on the streets struggle with untreated mental health conditions or substance abuse. Yet, even amidst this seemingly insurmountable crisis, stories of resilience, compassion, and hope emerge. Organizations like the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, LAHSA, and the San Francisco Coalition on Homelessness are working tirelessly to provide essential services. One story that deeply moved me was that of a single mother named Sarah, who found herself homeless after losing her job. With the help of the San Francisco Coalition on Homelessness, Sarah was able to access the resources she needed to turn her life around. Wow. Taking this journey across America, seeing the faces of this crisis, hearing the stories, It's a lot to process, isn't it? We throw around statistics, but behind each number are mothers, fathers, veterans, children, all navigating unimaginable hardships. And while each state faces unique challenges, the root causes often overlap: lack of affordable housing, economic inequality, mental health, and addiction. So the question becomes, what can we do? And I really mean it when I say we. This isn't someone else's problem, it's on all of us to be part of the solution. Even small acts of kindness, like donating to a local shelter, volunteering your time, or simply treating someone experiencing homelessness with dignity and respect, can make a world of difference. Thank you for joining me on this journey, for listening to these stories, and for caring. If this video moved you, even a little bit, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.